Hey everybody, it's Mr. Renner. I know it's a little hard to see me. I had some problems and I'm doing this much later in the night than I normally do, but that's okay. Looking at me and my face is not the most important part of the lesson. So we're going to get started on the actual part of the lesson and we won't have to worry about this camera anymore. We are going to be talking about what it was like in factories more than 100, oops, that's not it, more than 100 years ago. We've been learning a lot about factories, but this is factories from more than 100 years ago, and they've changed in some ways, and they've gotten a lot better in some ways, but in some ways they're still the same. This is one called My Cotton Dress, and you're going to see what are some ways that the dress that they make in a factory, even 111 years ago, is different from the way that they used to make dresses at home. They used to have to make all of their clothes, and they didn't go to a store or buy them um, because it was just too expensive. Well, pretty soon they figured out cheap way of making clothing and a cheap way of making clothing that fit a lot of people. And that's when they started making these big factories that children started to work in. There were a lot of kids working in factories at this time. We're going to be seeing a lot about these um, as I read this. This is a diary. A diary, it actually has the word daily inside of it. The word diary simply means something that you write in that tells about what happened every day. And it is kind of nice to go back years later and see what was happening in your life 20 years ago or whatever it was. So this is a diary from 111 years ago, 1909. All right, let's get started here. I don't know why the C on this is covered up, but that's okay. It starts September 12th, 1909. Dear Diary, the Wish Book catalog came today. It has many things to order through the mail. A person can buy a watch, a sewing machine, or even a typewriter. I like to look at the ready made dresses. I can't believe people can get dresses through the mail without making them at home or going to a dressmaker to be fit. One pretty dress even has lace. The lace is an import from Ireland. My dark, heavy dresses are not as dainty as the ones in the catalog. I asked Mama if I could order a new dress made from white cloth, made from white cotton with lots of buttons. Mama said, Your own dresses are nearly as good as new. She says if I still want the white dress when my birthday comes, we'll go ahead and get it. Elizabeth. So she can't believe that people can order things like a dress or a typewriter or watches or things through the mail. It seems like in the pandemic, that's almost the only way we buy things now, sometimes is through the mail. I don't know about you, but I know that my little sister Elizabeth, not this Elizabeth, but another one, she orders a lot of things through the mail. And she also orders it sometimes through a catalog that's now on the internet. I I was going to show you some of these pictures from catalogs, but I decided not to. Yeah. Maybe if we have time in this video. But the catalog will just show you like a wedding party or some fun styles and things like that. Um, and you can order those clothes through the mail and they'll come to you. The next page says September 20th, 1909. Dear Diary, Papa has business up north. Mama and I are going with him. We started out last week. Today, we rode by a cotton field in Alabama. Women and children in the cotton field were bent over picking the cotton from the plants. Mama told me that many families work together all day long under the hot sun to pick cotton. They must be done in by the end of the day. That means they must be tired. None of the children get to play. That does not sound like much fun to me. I think I still want that white cotton dress from the catalog. It's as pretty as a picture. Elizabeth. And we'll read one more. And on this page, see if you can pick out some details about the way that the dress is made and how is that different from the way that she made a dress at home. She said here, she has dark, heavy dresses that aren't very dainty. I wonder how they'd make the dresses here in the factory. And look, there's a person, there's a child. If you could see this in your book, that's a child actually working on a gigantic machine that makes clothes. They used to have children like 8 years old working in factories. September 24th, 1909. Dear Diary, Papa had to make a stop in Georgia. We visited the Bibb Cotton Mill. This is where cotton is made into yarn for clothing. I saw workers carry in large cotton bales. The room was filled with dust and dirt that the workers breathe in. Workers, called lappers, smoothed the cotton into long sheets. A machine with metal teeth cuts the sheets into rope. The lappers must take care so that their hands and clothes do not get caught. Ow, that would hurt. That you probably could really get hurt if it got stuck in a machine that cuts cotton. The cotton ropes then go to another machine. Children walk along the floor all day long. When a thread breaks, they must quickly tie the ends together. Children work in the hot, dark factory from 7 in the morning until 6 at night. They work to help their families pay for food and housing. The children do not go to school. A ready made dress takes a great deal of work. Okay, so let's look at our workbook page today. This is, as I said, a diary. You can write diary here, and you decide for yourself, is a diary something that people write in every day to talk about what happened in their life? Is that fiction, nonfiction, or poetry? And also, if it's something that the person, in this case, the girl Elizabeth, writes in every day, does that mean it's first person or is it third person? Okay. And I gave you this one. They purchase things through a catalog, just like we can purchase things through a catalog today. Although sometimes they're like little videos instead of pictures, but that's okay. I want to know what you think the differences are between a dress from a catalog or a dress that she made at home. And I gave you a couple of clues in the video. If you want, you can watch them again. What are some similarities? Well, they're both dresses, and they might even be both made out of cotton, but the catalog dress has some differences than the dress that she made at home. Okay, and that's all we're going to do today, just this page. I think this might take you a little bit of work, and we're going to have more work tomorrow when we finish this story and when we finish theme 9. Okay, have a good day, everybody, and I will see you soon.